These finally came in today. I'm gonna open it just now. I haven't set anything up, haven't tried it. Just got it a small while ago. That hand there is to give you a kind of match of scale. That can work as well. It's not a very big box, and it's not a carryable case like the actual Oculus Rift case was. No handle, anything, just a normal box. So let's get this puppy open. Once again, very nice designs and everything. Good quality cardboard they've used. I don't know if you get that with. I know medium you get. Maybe I get the climb as well. That would be pretty cool. The climb is a very popular VR game where you climb a mountain. Can you believe? Very nice embossed Oculus logo. So the actual, I've got it the wrong way around. The actual Rift box is magnetic here, but this just good old-fashioned cardboard flappy thing. Let's pull this in here. In here there's just the batteries, I think, and a mount for a Guitar Hero controller, which I don't have, but people can actually track their Guitar Hero guitar. Yeah, and then let's have a look here. Extra sensor to be able to track a wider area, have room scale, don't get obstructed. So I've got another one of these on its way from the States right now, but for now we're going to have to make do with two of them. And then here's the controllers. Okay, similar little bandage they've got at the bottom there for the people have been throwing these already to TVs and such. Oh, it's got a little slide here, so presumably so that you can get a nice grip on it. Good size actually, maybe a little bit of work to get to that button. It's got a trigger here. As far as I know, all these are touch sensitive, so if you lift your finger off of this, your finger actually lifts off it in VR. This ring is there so that there's little infrared LEDs you can't see, so that the camera can track it. Very nice, quite light, very light. I believe there's a bay here for the battery somewhere. Ah, here it is. Ah, okay, one battery, AA. It's magnetic. You see, I'm not putting that in, it's just kind of sliding in itself. You see, it feels quality, eh? Oh, what is that? Look at this. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe it's, oh, an aerial or something with a little bit of rubber there. This is nice soft rubberiness that probably helps keep the battery in there. Very nice indeed. Okay, so I'm gonna go, let's get this off my arm. Going to go, there we go. Gonna go set up this sensor, install the software, and hopefully we can try something. Okay. Actually, haven't been into this. I don't have hands currently. They're not working yet. Doesn't look like I can click stuff. So I'm gonna have to set this up outside of VR, or at least start the process. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna hold the Rift like this so that you can hear me. The microphone's in here. So I've got my touch set up. It's all working nicely. I had to define my play area and set that all up. And just get these babies. There we go. So hold it out like that, move around your play area, and then it draws like a virtual wall in game. It tells you where everything is. Excuse me. Yeah, working quite nicely. So I'm going to launch into the moment I get the other one. I'm going to launch into the little app here and do the setup. This gets tricky. There we go. Let's just switch to the other stuff. There we go. Okay. There we are.
Welcome to Oculus. After this quick tutorial, you'll be ready to explore. Take a minute to look at the ground around you. The outlined space is your play area.
It's drawing my play area now, but apparently you don't see that. But I get a nice wall.
It's time to learn about your Oculus Touch controllers. Get started by moving your hands around and familiarizing yourself with the buttons.
As you can see, it's detecting where my thumbs are. It can also detect
Locate the grip buttons
where I'm
and squeeze them
squeezing.
with your middle fingers. Next, use your index fingers to squeeze the triggers on your controllers. Now, try pressing all of the glowing buttons with your thumbs. Try moving around the thumbsticks. The thumbsticks can also be pressed in, like buttons. Press in on the thumbsticks until you feel them click.
It's uncannily accurate. Okay.
Now let's see what your virtual hands can do.
Let's see what they can do. So now I'll use the controllers.
When you move your fingers and press the different buttons.
So I can do that. I can do that.
To make a fist, squeeze the grip with your middle finger and hold it down. To point, keep squeezing the grip and lift just your index finger.
So that's the touch
Now,
sensitivity
look at the
on the
three
triggers that
Point at
detects
each
that.
sphere. Again, squeeze the grip button and lift your index finger.
Very cool.
Great job! That covers the basics of your touch controller.
Super accurate as well.
The opening in front of you will
can't
transport you to an entirely new virtual space.
Obviously bring them closer than that.
Reach out with your hands to enter Rift.
Also there's some touch feedback, so there's vibrating motors in there, much like a normal game system gamepad, that gives you some feedback. There's no feedback there, but when certain events happen, you do get feedback. Bonk. Extremely accurate. Oh, that doesn't like when I do that. If I hit it, it does like it. Look at that. Very accurate. Okay, now we do our pointy finger gesture. We can close this like an old 80s video cassette player. Very 80s. Very short circuit, hey? This is going to hopefully show us a bubble that says it needs me to wave to it, so let's wave to it. There we go. Yes, yes, come on. So now using the squeezy button that makes you ball a fist, you hold your hand up and you can grab stuff. All the TVs come on, the lights come on, or sun comes up or whatever. Who knows? Very cool environment with all the cables and stuff around. Wants me to take another disc. Put that in there. It's got like a little retro futuristic 3D printer thing. And what are those? Butterflies. So let's see if we can really sit on my hand. Yeah, they will. Which does feel a bit weird. Got virtual butterflies in my stomach. Okay, you can remove this disc, put it anyway, literally. Let's put it there. Everything in here is kind of floated, doesn't have super accurate physics attached to everything. I guess just to make it easier that you don't drop things. Tick, 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 tick. Let's see what we get now. Get some cool thing about VR is you could just throw things anywhere, doesn't care. Yes, yes. Let's go with this. We're gonna save the gun thing for last. It's pretty much the coolest. This one gives you magical powers of attraction, and whichever finger you touch to it gets the power. So let's do that one. And now I can attract things. Ooh, the bendy feeling and delayed reaction makes it feel a bit weird. Let's see if we can dunk. Very cool. Oh, it's this finger only, you know. That's weird. Cool. We're ready, we can, like I say, gravity, not much of a factor here. The tracking isn't 100% yet because I don't have, there's supposed to be a third camera over there. That's still on the way from the States. So every now and then it seems to lose how high I am above the ground. There we go. And you have to reset it by moving around a bit. So this is pretty cool. You hold that with one hand, use that with the other hand. That's a very cool interaction to have in VR. Anyway, pull that, let it go, and we've got rockets. We had a mid-air collision. No, that one's stuck. And we can even switch hands. And we can grab it mid-air as well. You can come this way? Nope. Too fast. Oh, it landed nicely. Let's do it again. Fire up the gun disc. Get like a little 80s plastic toy gun. Like a retro shooter type little mini game. It shoots actual little darts. Shoot someone at him. There the darts are. doo. Come on. Wait, cassettes. It looks like a Betamax cassette as well. VRS. Okay, let's throw that there. So the golden Oculus disc is basically the end of this thing. You get a nice swirly stuff. Everything's disappeared. My world's going all blocky. Yeah, okay, bye. That's what being in a Matrix must feel like. It does look pretty freaking cool. It's a 3D wireframe going off into the distance. And I'm in the stars. Ah.